Hi, what's up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mickey Mouse here and I'm back from the Maxi Toys and welcome back to my Let's Play of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. So last time we actually did manage to collect 7 Power Stars in the previous video, mostly 5 Power Stars in Bob-omb Battlefield and 1 of the secret Power Stars in Princess Peach's castle. Because yes, there are some secret stars in the castle itself. So today for this video is that we're going to be going to the newer world, well, the next world in the game, because we don't exactly have anything to do on Bob-omb Battlefield at the moment, but we'll mention that until we actually get into the later parts of the game. So for now, let's just activate one of the Power Star doors, even though we've activated where it says 1 Power Star in order to acquire to actually get to the next level. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into this painting, and here we are off to the next world known as Whomp's Fortress. And to start off, we're going to be doing mission 1, chip off Whomp's block. So, yeah. So if you guys may be familiar with this world in particular, that this world it did make a comeback from Super Mario Galaxy 2 on during the World 6 Throwback Galaxy, as well as a bit of a ROM hack of Banjo-Kazooie called Banjo-Kazooie 64 or something like that. If you want to check that video, out. But anyway, so basically all we have to do here is basically the first mission anyway is to actually get all the way up to the top of the summons, just like how it does it for the first world, Bob-omb Battlefield. But except rather than filled with bob-ombs, instead it was filled by whomps or thwomps. Well, most of the time anyway. So, yeah, if we hop in on here, even though it's a bit weird since I almost get squished by that moving platform in the first place, and we come across into the second boss fight in the game, which was known as Whomp King. So, if you know how to do this in this boss, well, basically, all we have to do here is by basically ground pounding into its back, assuming if you actually constantly do this attack. Now, what's really interesting about this boss fight is that you can actually perform a trick that you can do. If you jump at the right time, if you actually just go ahead and slam to the ground, you manage to get clipped through with him, so I'm guessing that makes it a little bit more faster to actually beat him. But in the normal fashion way, you can just let him drop down for a few seconds, or drop down for a bit, and then now it's your chance to actually ground pound at him. So his weakness was actually ground pounding his back. So yeah, again, if you've been following from Super Mario Galaxy 2 already. So now we actually got 8 Power Stars, so that means we can actually hit into the first Bowser level. But again, we're not going to go into that just yet, because as what I said earlier in the last video, oh yeah, before I get into that, mission number 2, to the top of the fortress. This mission is very similar to the ones in the first mission, but except the only difference is that we can actually come across into a different building or something like that, so yeah. This place wasn't that huge though, it's just pretty simple and easy just to get into. So here we have some piranha plants right here, and as you can see, they actually start to sleep, because you can tell they are sleeping because they actually had some bubble up and in and out. So yeah. Alright, so let's bypass these whomps over there. So even though whomps are the first introduced to whomps in this game, so but even then we've seen whomps in since Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. So anyway, so rather than just actually doing with Whomp King for this part, instead we have to maneuver this little platform, platform heavy, and then once you reach up to the top, then the Power Star is to your, or in this case, the Power Star is right to you. So yeah, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. So anyway. Alright, 9 Power Stars already. Now on to the third mission. Shoots into the Wild Blue. So, right off the bat though, as far as you guys can note this already, that this mission you can actually do like 2 different methods. Like in the first method is by basically, much like the ones in Shoot from the Island Sky, from Bob-omb Battlefield, is by talking to that Bob-omb buddy. so that it will actually let us activate the cannon so we actually can do 2 specific missions in this world, but I'll explain another one when we actually get into later. So you can either do that, or you can actually be a pro at it, is by basically trying to actually aim in just your timing with your wall jump at the right time. So it might be a bit difficult to practice, but once you actually get used to it, especially if you consist of you trying to do some speed runs, well, more power to you. But just there's a quicker fashion way. So anyways, you can either do that, or you can actually hop into the cannon and just shoot right where the pole is. Alright, mission number 4, red coins on a floating isle. So, yeah, that's basically what we can do here. Now, as far as when I was gonna do this mission, I'm actually gonna be tackling through 2 power stars in this one particular mission. One which is obviously the 8 red coins hunting. And secondly, is that if you've been following from Super Mario Sunshine playthrough, that means I'm going to collect 100 coins in a specific level. So now, unlike Super Mario Sunshine, that in order to actually get in the Super Mario Sunshine, that in order to actually get the 100 coin Shine Sprite, is that you have to get in a specific episode in order to actually get to the that power star itself. But in here, that you can basically pick what episode you're actually trying to go into, assuming if you're actually trying to get those coins in the process here. So, yeah, that makes it entirely a bit more easier said than done, basically. So, yeah, for what I've heard, a lot of people seem to actually done this speed runs of the game so far of Super Mario 64. I know there was a little notice that oh yeah, before we get into that. As you can see, we actually activate something a bit more interesting. These are the blue coin switches. If you ground pounded those, that will actually let these blue coins to appear. However though, there are basically time limit though, so basically we have to grab as many of those blue coins as you can, because if you don't though, then you might suddenly realize that these blue coins are now disappeared. So, yeah, and you're never gonna get ground pound the switch again. So, yeah, you only have one try in order to actually get the blue coins before the time runs out, basically. So, yeah. So yeah, another what's known for is that I know that a lot of people seem to have actually done a lot of speedruns of this game here, is that there are 2 different types of speedruns. One which was a 16-star run, which in a way requires 16 power stars in order to actually make it work. And then there's also a rare 0-star run, which whenever I watched it on Son of a Glitch video, I found it to be a really interesting technique actually. However though, whenever I do this on my own time, I found this to be really hard to pull it off, because even then though, that oh yeah, if you kill the piranha plants, that will give you a 5 blue coins, or in this case, blue coin, which only gives you like 5 coins. So, yeah. So yeah, in order to actually deal with these piranha plants, as you can see here, is by basically sneak up onto its back or something like that. Or you can actually do it's like a little quicker time event where on the quicker time where you simply have to tip the control stick, and then just simply jump onto him. So you can do that, or just slowly tilt the unlock stick and then just press the B button to punch. So yeah. Alright, so we got about 3 red coins to go, so I should probably just, although I will just take down this womp over here, so yeah. And then once you reach up to 100 coins on the specific levels, then the power star, it will be yours to achieve. So not only that though, once we actually end the mission off, oh yeah, I've got 11 power stars, you have an option to save or not, or you can, you know, and there's also another rewarding thing, which if you grab as many coins as you can if you finish these specific missions. Oh yeah, in order to actually get to the other, these islands right there, is by basically knocking over the wood plank and stuff like that. So, yeah, it might be seems to be pretty standard and pretty simple. And then very carefully, because you need to actually just to be pretty sensitive of the analog stick controls as far as when this game is possession with. So and there's the 7th one, and now we need the last red coin. So I wonder what that could be on. But even then though, it has been a long time since I've actually been onto this place in the 64 version. But at least I did play it for a bit on the Super Mario Galaxy 2 version of it. And that version of Super Mario Galaxy 2 on Whomp's Fortress is absolutely awesome. Especially how they make that level like a free comeback. So yeah, that's basically what we can get for that part. So yeah, I have no idea where the last red coin is. Again, that's just my little nitpicking right there at this point. Okay, what you're actually supposed to do in order to actually get the last red coin in this mission is that, in this level anyway, is that, as you can see, it was just right onto this slant. So you can either drop down from it, or, since I just missed that right there, luckily though, you still get a chance by grabbing it while just actually using the long jump. So, once we do that, then the power star is appeared at almost at the beginning of the level actually. So, or in this case, when the level starts, or for that knowledge, that is almost right near where the flowers are. So there we go. So I'm guessing this is power star number 12. So it looks like we managed to collect, let's say about 5 power stars so far in this video, which is simply fantastic from the looks of it, from the power stars amount where we actually got. Okay, on to the next mission we go. Mission 5 fell onto the Caged Island. Now, there is a specific way in order to actually get to that power star, is that in order to actually get to it, we need to actually complete some of the episodes first, 1 through 4, and then occasionally that you can actually ask the owl, or an owl at least. So what you do here is by basically hold down the A button, but you can't let go, because if you do let go, then you automatically fall off. So let's see if we can actually get this timing right. No! Oh, do we get it? Oh, no! That's not fair. What? Okay, my momentum just somehow, just going all acting weird all of a sudden. But, yeah, I do think I missed that one try to actually get to that Caged Island. But, that's just kind of a nitpicking at that one point. But what the mission I was gonna do instead of that mission, although I will still do that once I finish the mission I was gonna do. This mission is actually oh gee, I wonder what the mission is actually called now. I guess I seem to forget. But basically, why I just did that right there is that I have to use the cannon, which is very similar to the likes of the mission 3 from Whomp's Fortress. Well, it's a bit like that, but except rather than just actually aiming on the rope part or the pole part, but instead you can actually just break the wall. And this mission is called Blast Away the Wall. So yeah, not too shabby though. It might be a bit confusing for a first-time player, so if you actually play this game for the first time and doing like a blind playthrough of the game. But even then though, I don't have many problems with that whatsoever. So now we got one more power star left in Whomp's Fortress. You can basically beat this for almost about 13 minutes, which sounds a bit more cool than I expected. Alright, so let's try and get this Caged Island again. So yeah, alright. 14 power stars, so that'll be about 7 power stars right now. So even then though, it's going pretty fast. So yeah, that was it for Whomp's Fortress, the first world we've actually fully completed with it. I know there's Bob-omb Battlefield, but we need to get that specific item in order to actually get to that. So yeah, that's done with that. So now let's move on to this next door we can enter. In order to get to it, we need 3 power stars in order to access. So yeah, even though I got plenty, like 11 ahead, but at least it's gonna be pretty cool for my liking. So Okay, as far as you guys can tell already, there's also a secret star in the castle itself. In order to get to it, we need to hop into that hole on the right, and this will actually lead us to the Aquarian cube design. So basically this mission right here is pretty simple. Basically we have to swim in a fashionable way where we're gonna have to collect all 8 red coins. And if you do that, then that's how the power star is gonna be rewarded for you, as well as the actual players itself. So, yeah, again, pretty simple and self-explanatory, so, yeah. Now, just like the ones in Super Mario Sunshine, and heck, even Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, that once you actually swim in underwater, your air meter will actually drain it. So in order to actually restore some air, you can actually collect some coins. So that also same applies to the health expanded as well. So yeah, overall though, it's pretty simple and easy. So yeah. The first 4 of the red coins was actually the center of these little coins. Acts like a shape like a ring. But then the last 4 are hiding on these corners, as you can see. So yeah, pretty simple and self-explanatory, as I said. 15 power stars. So I'm guessing we have 8 power stars. So, but even then though, we're reason for this really cool, and then just make it more faster than I think about it. But anyway, that does it for that. And then if you approach onto this hole here, that gives you a 1-up. So the one on the left, I meant. But if you hop into the right, that takes you to that aquarium part. Alright, the third world in the game, Jolly Roger Bay, plunging in a sinking hole. Or a sinking ship, I meant. Sorry for the bit of a little dialogue messed up right there, but the thing is it's because of I'm just simply no idea what I'm trying to do here. But anyway, I actually really love the water theme for this, or the water music for this game. It's so relaxing and so cheerful to listen to, especially if you consist of the DS version of the game as well. Because yes, this game did manage to came out in 1996 in North America as well as Japan, and then a year later, 1997, in United Kingdom, and I'm presuming Australian versions as well. So, now what you do in this mission here is that once you get closer to the eel right there, because that's what the actual sea creatures are from this particular part of this level, basically we're gonna have to swim up. Even though it might be a little bit more confusing at first for first-time players. And then once you swim back down, assuming if you actually get some more fresh air, then the eel actually comes out of the hole right there. Which, if we swim through it, then, well, let's have a look inside, see what's inside here. It looks like we're still swimming, and it looks like we got 4 set of treasure chests. So, that's the wrong one. In fact, I don't want to drown here, because if I do drown, then... Oh, shoot. Again, it's probably because I haven't played this game for quite a long time, actually. So, anyway. So, let's grab the treasure chest. Yeah, as you can tell, that we need to get the treasure chest in the correct spawning order. So, the first one is pretty obvious, if you can tell from this footage. And every time when you actually get these chests pop up, the air bubble actually comes in, so much like it does in Labyrinth Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and Aquatic Ruin from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Tidal Tempest from Sonic CD, and especially Hydra City Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, and what else is on there? Lost Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 4 Episode 1, and then, what's another one I was gonna think of? Sylvania Castle from Sonic 4 Episode 2, that if you grab the air bubbles, your meter, or in this case the breathing scenario, is actually restoring. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that. Mission number 2, can the eel come out to play? I wonder. So much like the first mission, we have to actually get into the exact same area as it does it for previously. But except the only difference is being is that we can actually do a different sort of objective. So rather than just actually going to the ship, because if you can tell, if you actually done the first mission on this world here, although before I get anything to it, there's the Bob-omb body right over there, assuming if you're actually trying to activate the cannon for the later parts of this world. So, yeah. Sometimes you're gonna have to find a lot of Bob-omb bodies, even though there are some Bob-omb bodies located in some levels, while some of them aren't. So, just want to let you guys know that from the start. So yeah, now the ship is actually floating above, and now we can actually see there's another power star over there. But sadly though, if we actually get into the little power star down there, I'm presuming we can't grab that just because of how as you can tell, the bubbles is actually showing up. This meaning that there's actually a jet stream. So even then, the jet stream was actually really hard to actually get involved. So all you do here is by basically catch the power star right on the... Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Oh no, no. That was actually a really harsh damage output. Oh, come on. I'm too late. I'm drowned. Well, here goes the first death of the playthrough, folks. I was gonna say that much, because, obviously, that I was paying attention to the, what the eel is, but the only, nickel thing about it is just that when I, not to mention if you actually try to go ahead and, like, lose your air meter, and plus getting hurt by the enemy is way too, chaotic. But at least even then, and unlike in Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Super Mario Galaxy 1 for that matter, that you will get hurt when your health meter actually depleted, and then you still have an air meter slowly depleted. So anyway, but since this is the first 3D Mario game after all, so I don't have to blame on that. So yeah, let's try this again, shall we? And then after we actually finish this this mission, I think we pretty much got enough time just to actually end things off. So, let's just go say that much just from the start. So, come on then, eel. Let's get ready to actually catch this power star again. But before I get into that, let's need some health storage. Because if I get hurt by the eel just once, that means I might have to restart the whole swimming fun again. So... But even then though, Super Mario 64 doesn't contain any sort of checkpoint system, so assuming that, you know. Right, you notice the power star is going to be right at the edge of the tail, and there we go. If you catch it in just the right amount of time, then the power star will be granted and rewarded. So, there's like 2 power stars showing up in this little location right there, so yeah. 10 power stars in this one video, which is simply awesome kind of think about. But eventually in the latest episodes, that we'll actually get even more power stars until in the later parts of the game. So, we might as well just figure out to say that might be true. So see you guys next time on Let's Play Super Mario 64, is that we're gonna hopefully go ahead and do more of Jolly Roger Bay. And I'll see you guys next time. Later, fellas.